So, the third stimulus check package for $1.9 trillion has officially passed both chambers of Congress, and this happened on Wednesday. Now it's all up to Joe Biden to sign this. He's expected to do this on Friday. That's just one of the stories we're covering today. We'll also be talking about Uniswap's version 3 potential airdrop coming and how these two narratives will play. So, if we're kind of looking at this from a bird's eye view, as I said, this is the third stimulus package. This will be $1,400, the largest individual check out of all these. The first one, $1,200, second one, $600, both tiny, adding up to what, $1,800. I mean, that's insane. It's been over a year now since the beginning of the pandemic, especially, if you're looking at this from the perspective of there's two narratives going on here, but from the perspective of should the government be giving money to the American people based on if their businesses were closed, all these different things. This is really a blanket approach, what they've done with this stimulus check. So whether you were affected greater than someone else, that doesn't matter. They've just kind of thrown a blanket on it and just done this like binary approach, which personally, I think hopefully down the road we'll be able to tailor these things and have a more fitting approach. But leaving the politics aside, this is the biggest individual stimulus check. And when you compare that with what Uniswap did, so if you're new to the crypto space, this is what kind of one of the main things we talk about on this channel compared to other investment sectors. We do talk about things like commodities, emerging market real estate, stocks, all these different things, even more alternative investment classes. But in the cryptocurrency space, there's something called the decentralized exchange, and Uniswap leads the pack in this way. So when you're looking at any other exchange like Robinhood, these kind of more fintech platforms that a lot of people use in the traditional legacy stock market system, they all have a middleman. So they all have a centralized authority, kind of a single point of failure. This is why, when you saw the Robinhood AMC debacle with Wall Street Bets, Robinhood was able to halt trading. With something like Uniswap, there is no way to do this because it's fully decentralized. So it provides a very, very interesting option for people who are looking to invest in this cryptocurrency space, really removing anyone to trust and really having everything be verifiable. That's one of the main sayings in this crypto space is don't trust, verify. So with Uniswap, they had an airdrop in, let's see, it was September. I was in Belgrade, Serbia when this happened. I remember I was just starting to use Uniswap. I was fortunate enough to receive this airdrop. And with this, at the time, it was worth about the same amount as the first stimulus check. So it was worth about $1,200. And today, at the time of recording this, that same airdrop. So I'll explain kind of more what an airdrop is in a second. But what you need to understand is it was about the same as that first one, $1,200. But you have to understand when you're receiving this airdrop from the government in the form of a stimulus check, just for, being affected by the pandemic, this is going down in value. The US dollar is not going up in value. We can talk about that in another video. When they're printing money, creating new, like treasuries, issuing new bonds to create this money of the treasury and the Fed. I talked about this in another video called hyperinflation, the treasury and the Fed. We talk about broad money versus base money, but that aside, I'll have that link down below. But essentially what you want to understand is, with what Uniswap provided their users is something that went up insane in value. So that $1,200, guess how much it's worth today? Some of the viewers of this channel probably know, but it's worth over $10,000 today, and that's just in one kind of airdrop, or you could call that, Uniswap stimulus package. So with this version 3 rollout, that was kind of the V2. This is version 3 that's upcoming. It's expected to come pretty soon, actually. They don't have an official date, but it's interesting when you, again, look at it from this bird's eye view and go, okay, so the U.S. is passing another stimulus package. It's not official, but if Biden does sign it by, tomorrow, next week, on Friday, this should roll out within a week from now. So you should be potentially receiving a check based on, your tax filings, all these different things. If you receive the first one based on your routing number and checking number and your bank account, you should receive it through wire, same way you receive that first one. Try to opt for the version where you're not receiving this through the mail. I'm not personally receiving a stimulus check because I don't necessarily qualify, but if I can't remember the exact income ranges to qualify, but you have to be under, I think it's under $120,000 as far as income goes. And I will have a link down below where you can check qualifications as well as other things. But back to the main point. So with this, you have this situation where Uniswap is potentially doing another airdrop. They've talked about this in the past. And if you're just looking at this, okay, from a narrative point of view, a lot of investors like to look at things from fundamental, technical, and sentimental analysis. And when you're looking at sentimental analysis, which is kind of like the news stories, okay, or the market psychology, I guess you could say, when you're looking at this from a sentimental analysis, think about an article on the top of Wall Street Journal or the top of the New York Times that says, U.S. government $1,400 stimulus check to all Americans, while a cryptocurrency, a decentralized application, and a decentralized exchange. It's kind of similar. dApps in the cryptocurrency space are really anything that's built on something like Ethereum with the Solidity programming language, or decentralized exchanges, things like Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, Pangolin Exchange, we talk about a lot, all provide this really incredible way where it's really trustless. It's all verifiable, where you can exchange, provide liquidity. And think about a news story that would say, U.S. government provides this amount, $1,400, while Uniswap provides $10,000 to all users. It doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter how much money you make. Even if you make $1 million a year, you're receiving the same amount if you're interacting with the exchange just once, just one swap. If you would have made just one swap in September when I was in Belgrade, Serbia, just one swap, you would have now $10,000 if you're holding the UNI token. So if they do another one of these, think about the narrative behind that. And that's what I find so interesting when you kind of compare and contrast these two things. So if you're in the US and you do qualify for this, again, I will have that link down below so you can find more information. They are doing things like tax credits. They are continuing unemployment. They do have more nuanced things, obviously based on your dependents, if you have children, all these different things, the amount of people in your household will change the amount of stimulus you receive. There's also, I think it's like 7% of this is going to vaccines. They're also bailing out a lot of pensions, but it's for a whole nother video. I don't want to get into the politics of this. The point is, when you compare these two things, and I'm not saying it's confirmed that Uniswap is doing this, but when you just look at, okay, what previously happened? The US, this is their third stimulus package. Uniswap did one that's almost worth 10x more. It basically is now worth 10x more than that one. And this is not a government. This is a blockchain project. It blows my mind when you think about it. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you think this Uniswap V3 airdrop is coming, like I said, the community, since it's not a centralized authority, you can't go, hey, the Joe Biden of Uniswap, when is this airdrop going to come out? That's one of the beauties of the platform. People, if they're holding a significant amount of the token, have governance rights. Now, you have to be holding a lot of UNI to do this, but you don't have to go through two chambers of commerce who are just going to bicker back and forth because of politics, Nancy Pelosi and all these people. So it's an interesting topic in my opinion. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you're qualifying for the stimulus check, if you would rather have this $1,400 stimulus check or that Uniswap airdrop, and who knows how much this next one is going to be worth. So again, I'm not saying this is like confirmed or anything, but they have talked about doing this airdrop, and with the V3 rolling out, and it's not an exact date they have set, just kind of comparing these narratives. And again, I like to look at things from like this bird's eye view and take, try and take most of the emotion out of it and just look at things rationally. Like, okay, if this played out, how would things move from there? And how would these news articles paint this from a sentimental analysis? It would, I think, cause a lot of things to skyrocket. When the stimulus check was confirmed, both houses in Congress passed this, it shot the Bitcoin price, the thing that has the most market dominance in the cryptocurrency space, really, really high. It shot it up to around $56,000. And if you just think around this time last year, we were around $3,000. This was actually around the time of the Corona dump, when the March, I would call it, March Madness, but not in the basketball terms, in the societal, global, geopolitical terms, because of this interesting situation we're living through that's very tragic. And it's sad to see that all these governments are, really paling in comparison to a decentralized autonomous organization. So it's interesting times we're living in. Let me know down below in the comments which you would rather receive, the $1,400 stimulus check or the Uniswap airdrop. So comparing different airdrops, governments, or decentralized organizations, decentralized applications, decentralized exchanges. And this is really just the tip of the iceberg. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, definitely subscribe to our channel. We talk about all things like this. If you want to see an in-depth video covering the stimulus package, the details on tax credits, if you qualify, let me know down below, because I can make one on this. But I just kind of wanted to merge these two topics together, talk about this potential airdrop, what's happened in the past, and what will happen moving forward. So that's all for today's video. Again, if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe button all, invest global, and until next time.